Live is one like I'm from Bedford Stuyvesant, the realest, straight from Phillips. We're live again. If you're just tuning in, you're tuning in to the photography plug. That's right, my friends. I would like to welcome everybody to the forum on this holiday weekend, and hopefully everybody is out enjoying themselves in one way or another. But if you're just tuning in, you're tuning in to the photography plug, the livest one from the Avenue. That's right, the livest one from Bedford, like I'm from Bedford Stuyvesant, the realest, straight from Phillips. And we've been doing this political forum for a while now. And we've been obviously talking Donald Trump. And I'd like to shout out all of the Trump fans and the Kamala Harris fans that are interested in who will be the next president of the United States of America. This is a political forum. We'd like to thank our partners at YouTube for allowing this amazing platform. Nothing is more revolutionary than technology. And last week, you guys, one of the commenters commented, some of the comments came in like an arsenal. Those disrespectful comments came in. But if you're here tonight, we welcome you all here tonight. No matter what you say, your voice is heard here on the photography plug. And I think somebody said last time that they were out. Where are you going to go? Jay-Z is not live. Kanye is not live. So where are you going to go? We provide you with a great viewing, academic accolade, scholar of a sort. Hello, my friends. We have a first comment. Hello. We are live here on this beautiful, beautiful holiday weekend, and we're in the Queen City that is the banking capital of the world. Nice view here, but yes, the latest polls are Kamala Harris is in fact, that's right, Kamala Harris is in fact ahead on the polls. Now, we've learned with Hillary Clinton, let's don't pay attention to the polls, but this is not as important as the Iowa caucus. Maybe this will turn blue or red. Maybe this state will turn blue or red. But I think the Iowa caucus is going to be what everybody is going to be talking about. And that Iowa caucus, those important delegates, those are very important factions. And if you're just tuning in, you're tuning in to the photography plug. Last week, it was an arsenal of insults. So this is a consecutive number, meaning that it could be 500 haters at one time. So whatever you dish out, we're here to work it out politically, legally, and this is about legal law. We taught discrimination in this country, and I would like to issue an apology. I think what the officer was saying the other day was that particular person did not have any black clients. So I do apologize. We move on to that next day because that event would have been tragic and unnecessary. So shouts out to everybody. Very beautiful, beautiful evening here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Beautiful scenery here. Nice bar backdrop, but whoever you're voting for is going to be very important in this country. It's going to be very important. Your vote does mean so much. So we'll keep moving for now, but I will have a beer. So welcome everybody, and your comments do count here. So your comments actually do count here. It looks a little. Some people look a little familiar. I'm afraid. But I'd like to welcome everybody here. Beautiful Labor Day weekend. If you're not in America, we had people from France, Barcelona, Brussels, Paris, Egypt, all over the world to tune in. And we're very happy here to have, so many subscribers and supporters and haters. Obviously, we have an onslaught of haters and Trump fans. We have more Trump fans than Bob Dylan. Shouts out to Trump. Hope him and Ivanka have a wonderful weekend this weekend. But if you're just tuning in, comment. We'll be streaming live for a little while. Nice evening, Labor Day weekend, and we'll see what we can get into today. Start reading some of these comments off. Make sure that this is a platform that is for adults, but we won't be using any profanity here. We'll be only using our brains in a way that are going to benefit us all. So if you have insult, that's fine. If you feel you have to cuss, do what you want. We're not the authorities. We're not going to tell you to do anything legal or illegal. We're in that fine line of that legalities and that important reparations. As we see, a figure as a John Henry, possibly, that slave, that strength, that power, but it does not just represent that slave, that strength, that power actually represents a lot more than that. The history of this country is just so important. And obviously we see these statues of African slaves and the importance of those charioteers in the history of this city and the history of this country is on slot every weekend. And we're going to talk the stock market, Harris, and the election and the importance of getting to your polls and making that right decision. It was a video clip going out. That's right, that video clip was going out, and that was earlier that somebody did back Trump, and as they backed Trump, the crowd was hysterical. Those crowd sizes do mean so much and so important. The importance of those crowd sizes mean how many people are going to go out. We're almost close to 90 days to that very election. Almost close to 90 days to that very election. That is so important, very election. So make your way to the polls, comment. We are looking for donations. This is a capital country, and we can bring those polls and have that control. That's right, my friends. We can have that control, that important control of, have that important control when it is time for election. Your voice can be heard here. Now, I'm sure that Jigga Jay-Z is not going to answer the phone for you, but your comment does represent here. This is a real street photographer, and we are talking political importance in the country. So I'll be reading some of these comments coming in right now. Trump 2024. MA, Make America Great Again. Kamala Harris. So comment, comment, comment. We are actually telling everybody to go out and vote. Be a part of that. The election is coming up. We have a slew amount of Trump supporters already here. We shout out the Trump supporters. Well, let us make no mistake. Then Donald is there this weekend in Mar-a-Lago. That's right, he's in Florida. It's a beautiful state where many Americans suffer. That's right. It's a great responsibility to be president of the United States of America or to be a former president of the United States of America. And even that vice is very important. A vice president of the United States of America is also very important. So as we see these flags, looks like one is already there. It has staff. I'm not sure what's going on with this country. But as you see, the flag is actually scrolling up and going in for some odd reason of some odd coincidence. Beautiful evening, Queen City, the banking capital, one of the biggest banking industries in this country, and that importance of that banking industry, and the importance of getting out physically and becoming that entrepreneur to shape the world, to shape this country. We can do it. We read some of these comments now. Somebody said it, Jonathan Slaughter of Greensboro. When you're talking Jonathan Slaughter of Greensboro, what are you saying about this individual? Somebody said, we can see your mugshot. My friends, former president of the United States of America has 34 felonies. It's not too many celebrities that don't have mugshots. I think Tekashi 6ix9ine mugshots, one of the most famous. XX Tekashi is one of the most famous mugshots. So that mugshot is the importance of America. That mugshot represents Getty Images. Now, don't ever get it twisted. Those images are owned by your local police department. So your local police department has been ahead of Getty Images. Think about who owns Michael Jackson's. If you think about who owns Michael Jackson's mugshots, how much are they worth? So how much is Donald Trump mugshot worth? But how much is Donald Trump's family pictures worth? So that is an important factor. The important factor of that mugshot being, if you ever run for president of the United States of America, it was supposed to disdain your name. But in fact, it doesn't anymore. It adds character to the value and how you fought. Martin Luther King's mugshot. Donald Trump's mugshot. So we'll be reading some of these comments here live. We'll be going around making sure that our parking is secure. Beautiful evening here, welcoming everybody. Last showing was not a good showing. I think the officer was trying to say that lady didn't have any black clientele. So I apologize if that was my fault, but sometimes you're in this intense heat. It's a cool day today, but that day was very warm, and it was a confrontation that nobody wanted to happen. But peace and blessings to everybody, all the Trump fans, to all of the people here. Comment, hit like, and subscribe to our page. Somebody said it's nothing like Chicago. Shouts out to Chicago. Shouts out to Chicago. That's actually the birthplace of where they're saying Barack Obama is from. And the individuals that say Michelle Obama is a man is absolutely ridiculous. Those type of individuals that talk gender and hate speech just won't be that successful. That's right. The buzz of the city. What's going on? The importance of that political ramification. Your voice matters. As an entrepreneur, not even as an entrepreneur, as a worker, that stand counts. Everything counts in America. So the importance of what counts is always very important. Somebody said it looks like Raleigh, North Carolina. Somebody said a beautiful day in Chicago. Trump 2024, save the world. So we're going to continue, and we're going to talk about diversity and the importance of black business and all business and small business in this country and in any other country. So if you're far away and you feel oppressed, my friends, our hearts at Photography Plug is with you. We're not looking at any in particular groups as a CNN would, as that victim. We look at people to be empowered. That's right. You need to empower yourself somehow, some way. That empowerment comes with your voice through spray paint, art, speaking engagement, school, education, athletics. And we see how Snoop Dogg is a major figure now, one of the bigger figures of all history. And Kanye West too. You know, I had to take a slump back because of me being the photography plug and some days arrogant. I apologize to all the people that donated and that gives a heck about this city and in this country and about yourself, for that city name, for that country name, for that army name, for that navy name. God gave you a name, and that was for you to be successful. Welcome everybody here tonight. And we already have a donation tonight. We greatly appreciate any and every donation. It looks like people here have just enjoyed a session of The Lion King, but we are talking the political ramifications, the importance of that importance of that political ramifications in the election that is less than 90 days away. That's right. You better be ready for a change, because Joe Biden is no longer going to be the president of the United States of America. A few weeks ago, if you haven't heard the news, he bowed out and said, yes, Harris, take my place. And the Democrats became electrifying. The Democrats became electrifying. They're having a little fun out here. And they were electrified by Harris taking that front lead and that front stance of saying that she will be the ultimate winner. That's right. If anybody's a winner, we have to say the President of the United States of America is a pretty good job. So I'll be reading these comments, and we'll be reading these comments right now. But right here is a very pivotal and important place as far as history goes. A few years back, this whole street was covered by protesters. And a man was shot and killed right here at the Omni. It was a very pivotal point in that very Keith Lamont Scott protest. Now, as you see today, things have changed major than that day. But right out here, it was his history, and American history and world history. You can look it up. diplomat Scott killed in Charlotte, North Carolina by a police officer. Now, Charlotte is leading the country in police officer fatalities, actually, with those 4 officers killed. It was 4 or 5 U.S. Marshals killed. Unfortunately, on this page, this is not a format for that empathy or sympathy, meaning that we have that right in protest to say that yes, my friend, our hearts are unfortunately not with you because of the onslaught of Sonia Massey's and victims in this world that are continuously bombarded by those great American citizens. So welcome everybody tonight. We'll be reading some of these comments now. Trump any day. Bill Gates voting for. America loves Kamala Harris. The policy is the same as it seems. Somebody said Hulk Hogan. Now that is a huge joke. Now Hulk Hogan is how many years of age by now? We know he's still a strong man, and we will like to shout out Hulk Hogan. But that is a remarkably ridiculous. I can't describe it. As Hulk Hogan says, he's going to try to body slam Beyonce. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. These new political forms are unreal. But it does seem that the Republican Party does have a problem, a real big problem with the type of celebrity. Now, I heard that, yes, I heard that, about the whole controversy with Hulk Hogan and Beyonce. That is ridiculous. But we're here in Queen City, beautiful banking capital of the world, and this is the banking capital of the world, and we're here, and sometimes I'll be running on talking because it will be a possibility of that thing called a copyright infringement. I don't want to go through it with the music, so I'll be constantly talking, and we'll be constantly reading these comments. Welcome everybody tonight. We've been having a wonderful, great conversations about the political ramifications in this world. So this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful night here in Charlotte, and we are going to enjoy ourselves, and I am enjoying myself right now as we speak. It is beautiful to come here and to go live for your guys' comments, the importance of wherever you at. Sometimes we reach people that's sleeping. Again, we'd like to thank the YouTube partners, the partnership that we have with our great friends there at YouTube. And we'd like to also shout out Silicon Valley. That's right, Silicon Valley, the evolution of Silicon Valley is so important for so many Americans and people worldwide to get invested in Silicon Valley and give it back what it really needs. With all of these businesses going out of business out in Silicon, you think about all of those businesses that are going out of business in Silicon Valley because of people stealing and mobs stealing these items. That is the essential of Gucci, how Gucci survives. Those ads are ran by professionals. Those professionals make a racist gesture through clothing. Everybody hates the brand for a while and they just get another designer. Once they get another designer, everybody still loves Gucci. It's never been a business in America that went out of business because they wanted to. If it's a business, no discrimination can stop that business. no matter what it is. So we're here at the banking capital, one of the banking capital of the world here, Queen City. Now, we'd like to welcome everybody as we see this beautiful artwork in the back that reminds me of a Willow Smith. That's right. That reminds me of that great artist, Willow Smith, that everybody loves and adores so much. Welcome here on this political forum. Now, we're going to be talking at our caucus and the importance of Harris winning the caucus. Harris needs to win that because if she doesn't, you can wrap it up. Whoever wins the caucus is going to be the individual that's standing on top. Now, I think Donald Trump did get more charges. Yes, they are talking more and more. It's hard to keep up with. After 34 felonies, it is hard to keep up. After 34 felonies, yes, it's very hard to keep up with all Donald Trump's troubles. Now, he's very troublesome, but as a leader, I see him as a individual that can be charismatic and that can have that power that will possibly shape the country as he's done. Now, Donald Trump is one of the top influencers in the world, hands down. Harris is not. Now, Harris is a beautiful vice president and a professional, and they're saying that her background comes with something of the sort of, that possible corrupt cop. They're saying Harris was a prosecutor, and she prosecuted many African Americans and also possibly prosecuted some unjustly, meaning that some of those people that Harris prosecuted actually prosecuted for reasons unbeknownst to us. In other words, no matter if you're dealing with the public, you're never going to be perfect. And I'm not denouncing the fact of the importance of that, but that was very important. That was very, very, very important aspect of Harris being a prosecutor. Now, and she sent some people away that didn't do any crimes at all. If you prosecute 1,000 people, guess what? Some are going to be innocent. And like I said, I'm not saying it's something that should happen, but I am saying it's a very important ideology of what is important in this upcoming election. Less than 90 days away. That's right. They're in the middle of November. That election starts. And with this forum and many other forums that will be popping up, remember, we were the first on YouTube to have this forum, the political ramifications live, not pre-recorded, but live, confronting police officers. We did that. We talked so many things and everything that I said I was going to do except getting arm's length with our former president, great president, Donald Trump. Welcome, everybody. Somebody says something about Harris being black. My friends, Indian or black, that is a racist comment. It doesn't matter what race you are. And I think that is the point of her running. Now, remember, Donald Trump, he was the mother, in a sense, of Harris, meaning America was mad. But you can't blame Trump because Barack Obama pissed Trump off. Remember when Trump was not the president of the United States of America and Trump was just a reality TV star and he made some comment and Trump was sitting there upset and mad, so upset that Barack Obama was president of the United States of America and he's just a reality TV star. Now let's all remember Ronald Reagan and that importance of that star. That is a very important aspect of this election. And Donald Trump was that reality TV star. Somebody said global warming. Now, we won't talk global warming on this page because we have a very simple way of thinking. In other words, God created this all, my friends. It's an ice age, it's a warm age. We have no control over the weather unless you're talking about in small portions. Nuclear war, perhaps, but in reality, in that, sure, their reality. And if you're just joining in, everybody's getting ready for this Saturday night epic event. Whatever you are, you're at your bar, you are with your family, you're playing with your kids, out in the yard. We're talking the political ramifications and the importance of it all in this election and any election. So welcome everybody here. Banking capital of the world, we're live. Thank you for the donation. We need more donations, but we greatly appreciate whatever we can get to allocate. And let's be sure on this page that we're about capital. We're not about, in other words, this photography plug, this type of page is talking capital, the importance of capital, the importance of, that's why we're in the banking capital of the world. One of the bigger banking capitals of the world, one of the more banks are here. So that's when we talk allocation and we talk money. So we are talking materialistics. And somebody commented the other day and said a 20-year plan. I think people need to really realize that 5-year plan is so important. You don't know how long you have left on the earth. We all want to be Warren Buffett, but Warren Buffett stops at McDonald's every single day in the middle of Omaha, right? So let's be realistic on our goals. And we can make a 100-year goal plan. But unfortunately, not many of us will be around 100 years from now. So make your voice heard, and make your voice heard right now. We'll be reading these comments. Trump drill, baby. And we will like to say a photography plug. We didn't make the big announcement, but we're going to make it right now. We are bigger than Big Moochie Grape. That's right. A photography plug is big or bigger than Big Moochie Grape. I never thought it in a million years, but nothing is bigger than Big Moochie except photography plug. So welcome everybody. I greatly appreciate the donation. Continuously donate. Some very beautiful women out here tonight, I'm gonna tell you that. They're enjoying their lattes in this weather. Summer evening, the end of summer. So I hope you enjoyed your summer, because after this weekend, my friends, don't put on those white jeans. Don't make that fashion statement. And the fashion week is a few days from now in New York City. I wish we could go live there. That's why it's very important to donate so we can go live everywhere and you can see New York during fashion week and start seeing these celebrities in live feed, and we're going to do more numbers than you can imagine. So thank you. Beautiful skyline. Nice view tonight. Young entrepreneurs here making money, being positive. We need that support. And if you're in Queen City, come down here and support. Come down here and support the entrepreneurs, support the city, support this country. Let's make sure we go in the right direction as we see a John Henry type of figure right there. Remember, John Henry was an individual. I'll be reading some of these comments right now. Welcome in, Photography Plug. Somebody said, stop using words that start with P. And speaking of P, we're going to talk a little bit of Ghana. Now, Ghana is in the hot water with Young Thug, if you haven't heard the news. Now, Donald Trump did speak out on Young Thug's behalf, saying, he said that Young Thug has that right for fair trial. And I do want to mention a Republican years ago. I know I'm still young, but Ross Perot. And Ross Perot was a favorite of mine when I was a kid. And I always told my mom, I said, if I was old enough to vote for anybody, I'd probably vote for Ross Perot. So shouts out to rest in peace to Ross Perot. So welcome everybody. I appreciate everybody. We're live here at the beautiful, beautiful Queen City, Charlotte. It's a beautiful bar back there too. It's a place where you do want to visit, and I would suggest if you come, wherever you're coming from, make sure you're legal. But if you're not, we don't care. But what I was really going to say was make sure that you invest in some property. Invest in property. Invest in that real estate. Now invest in social media too. That artificial intelligence. Invest in that. But also invest in yourself. Number one, invest in yourself. And this food smells absolutely wonderful here. All beef. So you know you can come and support these small businesses, the big businesses. At the end of the day, the yin with the yang, we're all in it together. No matter if we're Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, on the photography plug, we're in that together. I'll be reading some of these comments now. Harris, 2024. Somebody said eat your brain, like they was insinuating like eat your brain out or something like that, like eat. I think that would be kind of cool just to go around seeing a lot of these foods and stuff and the different type of foods that you can buy. Obviously, we're in the South. The best food in the world is obviously in the South. That's why you have so many big individuals that come from the South, because we eat very good here. And there's nothing like grandma's cornbread. Rest in peace to both of my beautiful grandmas. Welcome everybody here tonight. Comment. Somebody gets a laughing emojis. We're here with you. And beautiful, beautiful views out here tonight. Obviously, it's a photography plug. You're live, and this is the end of the summer. That's right. Whatever you did in the summer, I hope it's productive. If it's not, make sure that your fall of the year is more so, and so importantly, productive. Make sure that fall of the year is so productive. And here at Photography Plug, we like to talk about the entrepreneurs. Are there any entrepreneurs out there that want to shout out their businesses to get them on the old ideals? Now, remember the patent industry. This is an industry that took ideals from people. Went to the patent industry, sold them your idea. And that's how that worked. But, obviously, over years, things actually change. Everybody is holding on to their ideals. Nobody wants to go to the patent and let them take their ideals. Everybody wants to come up with a great idea. So if you have a great idea, don't clog your brain up with it and hold on for 20 years. Let people know about that idea so other ideas will rain through your brain like a thunderstorm. Well, welcome. Beautiful, beautiful evening here. We're here in Queen City. Somebody said, America, please listen. Don't be like the UK. First off, we'd like to say welcome you from UK, United Kingdom. We don't know what you mean by that. A lot of us don't know a lot about the United Kingdom. But know that it is our number 2 watched. We get a lot of viewers in the United Kingdom. And remember, the tabloids are ran by the British. That's right. The tabloids are actually ran by the British. So as we're here in the freest country in the world is what they call it. We see two looking like African American males enjoying their Corvette. There's a lot of NFL teams up here and NBA teams. It's a lot of people out here, but you know, it's a beautiful, nice day. And last showing wasn't a good showing, so I wanted to come back, make myself feel good about the city and the showings that we do. As far as the live feeds are so important. It doesn't always have to be somebody outright throwing rocks, even though I know people want to see that type of stuff. But we do have ideas. And honestly, last time, everybody did everything they were supposed to do. But for some reason, I think the heat made the cameras black out. And so everybody did everything they were supposed to do. It's just the camera did not work and our views was not. That's an interesting color there. End of the summer here. Very beautiful evening. People are enjoying this weather, enjoying the evening with their families here in America. As you see the American flag in the background. Donate, donate, donate. Let's make sure that allocation, and let's continue the litigation for reparations. Now, if this is your first time hearing this, the litigation is we see the American flag and we see library, but I wanted to see liberty. But as we see the American flag, let's talk about those litigations for reparations. So that litigation of reparations only means that America pays, like San Francisco said that they will pay if you are biologically a slave genetically, that you've been robbed. So if you think about every year, how much you have been robbed every year from discrimination, how much have you been robbed every year? $1,000 a year. So we're basically saying that 500 billion, meaning that probably each African American that has a slave DNA and can prove it with the last name or the DNA should be just allocated. That's a litigation for reparations, and we are still asking those 1 million, that's right, those 1 million armed black men to that great American White House, right? One of the biggest events in American history. And we have that right, that important right to be, and I'm not just talking photography, plug. We have that right together, your comments, your follows, your ideas, to be the most powerful entity that you can possibly become. So no matter what the case may be, we do still have that ideal that every day that you have to come up with some ideal every day and keep your mind flowing with these different ideals. That Silicon Valley is so important. The importance of silicon, the importance of the allocations and the monies that are not just the monies that you can make, not being not saying a slave, but a slave to your job. Now all Americans should work jobs, and I think the President of the United States should work a job. We're saying hello to our fire department today, a very different day today. And we have a comment of a Trump 2024. Nice summer evening today. I welcome everybody. Definitely, we're here looking at people, three very beautiful women there, but we're talking the political ramifications and the importance, that very importance of being to the polls, ready for your vote, register to vote, doing the right things, whatever you want to do. This is freedom of expression. Most of our videos are freedom of expression. So that freedom of expression is so important to us. In other words, freedom of expression, not somebody to come to you and say, well, do you believe in Jesus? But then they try to alter what you believe in. And then they say, well, you don't believe in Jesus, hand out pamphlets. And then you become a person that's not as powerful as you could have became, not following an individual that doesn't know anything more than what you know. And we got an onslaught of Trump 2024. We have an onslaught of Trump 2024. We have an onslaught of Trump 24, and somewhere here close by is that Ruth Chris. I wonder how that will work. Different social media ideas, even on live. Yes, so many different ideas. Maybe if you went on a date on live, like no matter who it was, maybe you took your mother out on this beautiful restaurant on live. So different ideas, social media ideas. Social media is not going anywhere. Thank God. We are the innovators, meaning that we believe that nothing is more revolutionary than technology. Here at Photography Plug, nothing is more revolutionary than technology. I can scream as loud as I want to, but only a few people can hear me. So with this technology, we can reach people all over the world. Again, thank you to YouTube for this platform. And it looks like we got another donation. We will be going live again, and I greatly appreciate it. We cannot emphasize that more, the importance of donations and allocations and formats that in your lifespan, however long, and that next 5-year plan, that you have that 5-year plan, that you're going to put your vote in to make that 5-year plan more powerful for you. So if you're voting, if you're in the armed forces, you're in the Marines, you're in the Navy, you're in the Army, my friends, my advice will be for you to vote for Donald Trump. If you're a police officer, you should be there for Trump. We can't lie and make this stuff up. Trump is going to give you every weapon to brutalize black people in this country. Now, he's going to do that by congratulating the fire department, and I'd like to apologize to the fire department also. But he wants to congratulate a 99% faction and feed them with billions of dollars. Now, everybody needs a fire department, but we need a future. That future of not wasting gas, not having these huge trucks, not having a non-emergency. They say, well, you don't know what it all takes. Well, let's find out so we can make those changes and make the change. Hello. Hello, my friends. So, people are, one thing about when you're in the city, and I'm going to read some of these comments, but I'm going to talk about the city for a second. Now, if you're walking down the street and somebody yells a curse word at you, right, it's not prosecutable. If somebody throws a beer bottle at you, right, and what are you going to do, call the police and say somebody? So you have to know that you're dealing with the public. If you have a business, like this is a public business, I might have an onslaught of insults. Now I have to deal with that. One of the best insults were that when I try to make myself sound educated, I really sound stupid. And the way they put it was right on point. So we'd like to shout out to you and shout out to the facts of any entrepreneur surviving those tidal waves of that business going out of business in the first few years. So always remember that business can go out of business in the first few years. Somebody said Jesus. Again, Trump 2024. Again, Trump 2024. Again, Trump 2024. And again, Trump 2024. I think one of the comments was Trump is your daddy. I thought that was I think one of the last comments as I went offline last time, but somebody said Trump is your daddy. So that was a funny comment, but this does represent, it represents that 100,000 in any stadium. So we'll be reading his comments. Somebody said they switched something using the Democratic. In other words, what he's saying is Republicans used to be Democrats and Democrats used to be Republicans. But let's remember, blacks couldn't use bathrooms in this country. Let's remember, blacks could not legally read. In this case, it was illegal. So that's why I say the importance of you as a person to have that cell phone, because the cell phone is the only technology that you have to connect. So if you need to Google something, you can have it. And those people say Google doesn't know everything. It can give you an ideal of what the answer is. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We'll be reading these comments. Like I said, we have more Trump fans than Bob Dylan. And if we had a poll at Photography Plug, I think 90, let's say 80, 75% of the people seem to be wanting Trump to win President of the United States of America. Now, let's remember, there are internet trolls. There, it is a such thing as a internet troll. So remember, they're out there, and we're not saying don't troll. We enjoy those comments. Those insults are hilarious. We need everything that we can possibly get to be that number one entity that when we're walking into that election, that Harris and Trump is in arm's reach, and that we're so close to the President of the United States of America that we could literally kiss that female on her lips. That's how close that we can get. Obviously, I have very amazing skills in getting close to celebrities and finding out where they're at. We don't use trackers of any kind. I think an individual said you use track. No, we don't. We use technology, and it is a certain thing, just like you individuals. So you can tell my exact. What's up, brother? How you doing? Shh. Here you go, bro.
God bless you, sir. You
No
have a
problem.
great day, okay?
So let's make sure that we're at those polls and in those polls, and that is one thing about wearing new clothing. If you wear new clothing, people are going to ask you for money left and right and left and right. This is capitalism, guys. This is capitalism. We have to hold on to that dollar bill. Have a heart, and just like you donate to us, we donate to the streets and the important people. We will have one of the biggest donations from Photography Plug in world history. That is the plan. To have the biggest, just like Bob Marley said, and he was right on this. He said he gives it all away. How long is life? You might as well give it all away, but we have to be rich first. We have to be more than rich. We have to be rich and powerful. But at the same time, as we're going up that ladder, we still have to give back. Somehow, some way, we have to have a heart to give back to the people that are at most need. Somebody say exactly. Thank you very much for your comment. Greatly appreciate you. Somebody said this man never experienced slavery. I would like to say maybe me not in particular, but the conversation is very simple. That if you're discriminated against $1,000 every year, worth for every year, if you're discriminated against $1,000 a year, how many dollars are you actually discriminated against? In other words, your peer, if it was a white man and he was your same shape, your same size, your same build, your same attraction, how much money would he earn? How many businesses would turn him away? How many more donations would it possibly be? But let's still remember that Michael Jackson was the biggest star. But I think that's a whole different thing than discrimination when we're just talking a huge star. So if you are in the area, we are in Queen City, and beautiful backdrop here. It's a bar on the corner here that looks very interesting. And Still very warm out here. Very warm, very humid. You know, football season is about to heat up. That's another thing that's going to be very exciting. We won't cover sports. Now we won't cover sports. We'll share sports, but we are not going to cover sports. And she is beautiful. Good gracious almighty. Labor Day weekend. I hope you had a very productive summer. That day of summer after today, they are saying is over. And you are joining us at the banking capital of the world, one of the biggest banking places, the bankers, one of the biggest banking cities in the country. Nice free feeling down here, just like it's a good free spirit. It feels good. I hope that you get out and you get a chance to enjoy this amazing day because it feels good. It's one thing that in this race, we're talking Democrats against Republicans. We have to think about the Senate and the Congress and their importance of how they are playing that role that is a very important role that's going to shape the world as we see it. We have to see Gaza and Palestine and Iran now as a enemy of America. So that Iran is an enemy of America, but Charlotte has grown so much. So that's what we're talking about, political importance of you going out and voting for Harris or Trump. Now, one time Trump was on the ballot first. I think that plays a role in who votes for who. Whoever's on that ballot first, when you press that button first. We're reading some of these comments right now. Somebody said smaller government. I really believe in a sense of not just that smaller government, but the fact of you being that individual government. I'm not talking sovereign citizen. Now, I'm not saying nothing, I'm not saying that the sovereign citizen is not important, but I'm saying that American citizen, and at Photography Club, we talk about that great American citizen. That great American citizen, my friend, is way more powerful than a sovereign citizen. Now, we're not in any connection with sovereign citizenship. We are American citizens, and then that does come with responsibility. In other words, you can go to jail, my friend. So a sovereign citizen is basically saying he's not an American citizen. And he most likely won't be able to be prosecuted unless he just sits in a county and they just put him on a docket and then just one day release him. But sovereign citizen is going to be very hard to be prosecuted. But we stand by us standing by that great American citizenship. Somebody said, I'm not playing. Somebody said, that is incorrect. You can elaborate. Let us know what's incorrect. You know, just let us know what is incorrect about that sovereign citizenship. I could be mistaken now. I'm not Einstein. We're just smarter and more successful than Einstein can ever believe and understand. We're more revolutionary than Einstein can. If Einstein was alive today, he will literally pass out because of the technology that we've all gathered together. All of that technology we've gathered together. Not one race, but everybody has collectively decided that this is the best thing. buildings for the people that are in the cities. Now, rural areas, a totally different subject. Where we have to relate to where we're at, and we can't just pretend to know everything. So elaborate and let us know our mistakes. So if you're just joining us, we're here in Queen City, banking capital of the world. We're going to stay live a little bit longer. A nice feel down here. Very nice feel. Enjoying being outside and enjoying the city. Obviously, you can smell the hot dogs in the background, desserts, cheesecake, and all types of beautiful people all out here today. And this is a much better showing. It's not all about the views. I did get a little cocky the other day, and I just kept talking about how many views we have. I discussed it my own self. It's not all about being yay. You know, we don't believe in the same things. We just know that to become powerful, something great has to happen to be whatever power, not just social media, but we are talking about social media influences. That's right. We were talking about that importance of that social media influence and the ideals of any idea that you have in your brain, whether it's selling t-shirts or making a mark in this world that the world will remember forever. That is the importance of who you can become and what direction that you choose to go in. So if you're just joining in, I greatly appreciate. Great showing tonight. A little bit calmer. That's what we're going for. The other day was a nightmare, 100 degrees. Police about to brutalize me. Narrowly escaped, and I thank God for that. But if you didn't see that video, the video actually blanked out. Everybody did everything they were supposed to do. The video didn't work. The video didn't work. Shouts out to the moving industry. It's a very important industry. People that are moving people's furniture. Somebody said, take a hot dog. That's what people want to see. And if you stick with Photography Plug for long enough, you're going to see some things that you've never seen before. Even now, this is, if we didn't record it, nobody else really would have recorded it. So this is all original content is basically what they are saying. So welcome here, Harris, Trump. Who are you voting for? The political ramifications of what's important for this election. The political ramifications of what's important for Americans and people worldwide to voice their opinion as that entrepreneur. This is a channel for entrepreneurs and people that are social media likes. Now, a lot of people say that these Trump fans have flip phones. Now that's proved different here. We have plenty of Trump fans that are social media likes, meaning they're on social media, so they are social media likes. So shouts out to all the Trump fans, all the Harris fans, all the people that want to be a part of that election that is going on in a very few amount of days and weeks. And we're in the banking capital. The NASDAQ is back to fairly normal is what we are hearing, that the economy is very strong, that Joe Biden is leading this country in a way that is revolutionary. People are saying even Joe, as an 80-year-old man, is somehow leading this country in a direction, putting Harris in that position. And if Biden stepped down for any reason whatsoever, if Joe Biden stepped down for any reason whatsoever today, you wouldn't have to have an election. It would be called Harris is your president of the United States of America tomorrow. So if Joe Biden all of a sudden fell ill, as he is an 80-year-old man, but I wonder why they're not doing that. And I think it is they think that she can actually win the election. So they are, all the polls are saying, and the crowd sizes are outrageous. Do you hear the women cheering? You cannot beat women in this world. You just cannot do it. If you was the best artist in the world and you destroyed all the men artists, here comes a woman. How are you going to beat that woman? It's going to be a little bit more difficult. And remember, we could see anybody out here. We're live. People often come say hello to the photography plug. Many people do know us in this city where we got our start. Shouts out to Sporty, Audi, and Power 98, which they call themselves the plug. They stole the name from us. So people just enjoying themselves out here. And but yes, they stole the name from a lot of people. But that's how it is. Now, that's why I say come up with 100 different ideas. Come up with 50 ideas, 15 ideas. Don't sit on that idea, that one idea for 15 years. You have to come up with more ideas instead of you have this one great idea. Yeah, we all have one great idea, but do you have 10, 15? Because that one great idea might not be the one that's going to launch your career. And what does that mean by launch your career? Now, the oldest rookie in the world is 49 years old. That's the oldest rookie in the world. So if you pass that mark, you just can't be a rookie anymore. You need to stop being a rookie at age 19. But it is okay if you are that old 49-year-old rookie. It is okay, but you can't be 50. Your life changed. So that importance of being aware. And we do have some type of emergency here. Like a normal day. We'll see what's going on here. An onslaught of police. Now remember, the President of the United States of America is not too far. The President of the United States of America is not too far. We're going to get an arm reach of that president. We're being arm reach of the president. Now that here, my friends, there is nothing more, and we're going to stay 100% honest. That, my friends, is nothing more than a football team being transported. So welcome everybody to the Photography Plug. We've been live for a while. And I greatly appreciate all the donations. Beautiful artwork that does remind us of the beautiful Willow Smith. This is an adult channel. Now, remember, every video that we have online, everybody's in full clothing. We don't promote nudity in no type of fashion. It's okay if you do that, but we don't do it here at Photography Plug. So again, we're still live, and beautiful backdrop. We'll walk straight down here, and what you're gonna see On the other side is that I did want to locate the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ's on the other side, and it's a little bit farther down, and then that area is not a lot of traffic in that particular area. Welcome to all the viewers, the photography plug. I welcome everybody. Like I said, that last showing, I was not happy with, but this showing, I'm a lot more happy. Sometimes we have to be calm and collected to not just crash out, because it's very easy to crash out. And the other day, I was close to crashing out dealing with that all-white hair salon in Greensboro, North Carolina. So we have another onslaught of Donald Trump predictors saying Donald Trump 2024. Another comment saying Donald Trump 2024. Another comment saying Donald Trump 2024. By our projection, Donald Trump will be the president of the United States of America. We're at Photography Plug here a day before the summer ends, which is tomorrow. Labor Day weekend is today, and this is the weekend. But we will like to project that next president of the United States of America, and from our projection, we have to announce that by our projection and all of our polls and all of our studies of this election so far, that the projected president of the United States of America today, by our projection, our studies, our comments, is none other than one of the more influential individuals in American history. He stands there right beside Marilyn Monroe, beside Tupac Shakur in that last photo of Pac. Germany, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. The photo of the individual in front of the tank. He stands there as one of the bigger real estate tycoons that America has ever seen. Rated that own White House on his last day of election proved that as he stood there making a speech, he even survived an assassination. The champion of champions. And some would say, your daddy, king of kings. But our projection, it was to a great American citizen by Donald Trump. And our projection is, from our studies, that Donald Trump will be president of the United States of America. If all the data we had, that's our projection. Donald Trump will stand there at inauguration to be your next president of the United States of America. There's too many Trump comments. So therefore, by our projection, past Harris' side, we don't know what's going on at CNN. Somebody told me that they work for Apple. I said, do you work for oranges too? And again, Trump 2024, it's apparent that Trump will be president of the United States of America. It's apparent that many people's hero, I mean, those southern states do count. And we have to stand up for our southerners because we're southerners. And we go and we say hello to our Yankees. Howdy. Well, let's be sure that our projection for Photography Plug is Donald Trump, President of the United States of America. I told you this forum is going to be honest. These are not these weaklings that tell or sway the story or any type of way they want to tell the story. We tell it like it is and how it is, and our projection that as far as all of the comments we had, all of the dedication, the fact that of Donald Trump's fans being on social media and that therefore in rural areas with flip phones ready to vote. This is not about the best shaped fighter in the world. This is about a well-groomed man that father was an entrepreneur that entrepreneurs followed for many years before President of the United States of America, a figure like a Jay-Z, but more popular and more powerful like great American Donald Trump. That great American citizen, Donald Trump. Now, I'm not a Donald Trump fan. Let's get that clear. But we're going to tell it like it is. Our projection is none other. Father the Trump comments, the inauguration, and on that fateful night that you'll be seeing Trump as your president of the United States of America. Let's see, weird. Somebody commented, some of these comments, I can understand why Jay-Z doesn't react to you guys or even comment back, or none of these celebrities like to comment back, because it's a lot of hate going on. And my beautiful daughter, she told me, if they hate and they doing the right thing, but I wanted to tell her, I said, baby, this is a different type of hate. We had 500 haters consecutively commenting, and we're just being honest in who we think is going to be president of the United States. Our projection, we've been here together. We've seen the Trump comments. We know now that at Photography Plug, we projected one thing, that Donald Trump will be the next president of the United States of America. And that is just something that you're going to have to live with. That is a reality that Americans are going to have to wake up every day and look on a TV. Whether it's a reality TV show or that's not a reality, that is a real story that affects the world. If you're a Marine or you're in the Navy or you're in the Army, you should be voting for Donald Trump, because he's going to arm you to brutalize, that's right, brutalize people like me. But people like me are going to obviously figure out legal ways. Just like me and the officer was talking in a certain way, and I noticed the way he was talking, I was talking like this because we were talking law. That prosecuting attorney is that officer. So he was trying to explain to me, but I did slip up a few times by going in to that business, trespassing, and you could be arrested. Remember, you're your own attorney. You have to, if you ask for a public defender in the court of law, it has to be a sentence, and then they say, well, you just pay your attorney. That's your sentence. $225 is a sentence. Very nice showing, very beautiful showing tonight. Wonderful night here, Queen City. I like to shout out to the Queen City Awards and the Queen City and my own partner, Ziggy Zah, great guy. But we're going to be going to the hoods of Charlotte. Rest in peace again to the boss of the city. Shouts out to SW North Charlotte. Shouts out to all of the people. Cam Newton was a superstar at one period of time. He's not anymore. Only few people hold that. in world history. Not a star, but a superstar. Cam Newton held that for a few weeks there with Michael Jordan and Michael Jackson. So it's a ton of people. I hope I didn't leave anybody out, but it's so many people I could shout out in this city. How Photography Plug was born in that digital world. So we greatly appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Y'all have a wonderful night. We might go live again. Good night.